open right there. It surely doesn't look bad, I just don't know. Where those birds were. This is probably it if you want to set up.
Mm-hmm. Sit there and set burnout pipe.
Didn't you say they're coming that way?
Yeah, but I don't want to be sitting over here where they can see me. If I go back over there.
Yeah, if you could. You want to get to the edge of that thick stuff behind you. I don't know if we're going to see over all that. Alright. Birds aren't gobbling yet. We heard 2 or 3. We decided to sit down and wait. See if we could hear. We blew one off a limb walking in, I think. We heard a couple hens clucking. One just gobbled. He didn't sound terribly far. Farther than I like. We got a big cypress head behind us. Clear cut on each side, and there's like a dim road that runs through the middle that transitions from pines to swamp. All the birds sound like they're in the swamp stuff, clustered where we parked. Just gonna stay put for 20, 30 minutes, see if we can hear her moving. That one over there.
I thought I heard him over here. And over straight away.
Like 3 minutes ago? 5 minutes ago?
Mm-hmm.
Sounded like he was like in the corner of that. He did it like 3 times. Because I haven't even heard the hens. I just don't know if we should be moving and looking for one that's gobbling. Because they're not going to do it all morning. Like at some point we're going to have to just sit. But right now there should be still gobbling. Or maybe at least get somewhere we can see. Maybe get somewhere we can see one of these cuts. Because none of those sounded close enough that You're just never gonna see them in this stuff.
No, that's for sure.
You have to know they're there. But if we scare one off, at least we know for another day. They sound far, right?
And there's woods over there.
Other side of the head.
Well, other side of this stand, and
Well, the road's right there.
yeah.
So there's the head, and then there's the other part of that clear cut.
Let's get on the other side of this and see where there's the footprint.
I just don't want them to still be up. And like be on the back side of that.
I think that's where they are.
Facing the other way or something. Because if they're in the tree, they're going to see us. I mean, it's late, but it's not that late. Alright. Sounds like there's 2 or 3 gobblers all together. Right on the back side of this cypress head. There's another clear cut over there. So there was another truck that drove by us this morning. And we don't know where they went. Try to ease out of this road. Cut distance. See if we can see the truck. And or the birds. They didn't sound like they were on the ground.
Yeah, they're on the ground. Let's get right here in this corner.
See the corner of this?
Right here.
Again, we come to the road.
Yeah. Oh, right there. He's hemmed up.
Right there. Just on the other side of the road, right here. Osceola. Well, I see you if you get right there.
Yeah, there's that. Huh?
Well, I see you if you get right there.
Right there?
So they don't come around this corner on you. Can you see him? Huh?
No, I think they moved behind that palmetto bush.
Different one. Is that a different one? That was 4.
There's only one. That's it.
Yeah, that sounded farther than this one at 80 yards. Can't see him.
No.
I gotta get behind you. I'm in the sun.
He's calling out on the other side of that hill.
Yeah, that's the person. We're not gonna call anymore. He might push him this way. I thought they were right there, though.
That one was.
Like in the road.
Yeah, they were in the road.
To that person.
Mm-hmm.
It sounded different. It sounded down the road. Instead of in the woods over there. What if it was the hen talking to me? Call the hen in to kill the bird. I just want to know if they ran off.
Well, it seemed like it, and then that one gobbled again.
Yeah, they went further. Should I look?
You gonna look?
Should I?
I think they went that way if they were there, but...
Yeah, but if they're still there, I'll be able to see them. Definitely not in the road. I think we scared them off. They're not there. Nowhere down the whole road. Unless they went around this backside.
Yeah, no.
Like, because they would have been where? I didn't see them go across.
They were in that other stuff.
They were on the other side of the road?
Well, I don't know, it was tough to tell.
It looked like he was in the road right there. Like coming down it. This way. Because it kind of curved right there.
Curves to the right.
Like very slightly. Because between his head and that road's only like 20 yards maybe.
Yeah, they could be back around to the right. Or
Like
on
on
that woodline.
the other side of his head. All I can think is we scared the shit out of him, and that's why he's not gobbling.
What?
All I can think is we scared the shit out of him, that's why he quit gobbling.
Might be.
Because he was doing it a lot.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was that close. There's definitely a couple birds. The last one I heard sounded farther back than this one that was freaking 80 yards. I'm gonna see if I can see through this. Did you hear this?
Huh?
Did you hear this?
No.
I'm pretty sure there's like two where we were standing.
I wonder where he's coming from.
I don't know, but he looked confused. He was staring at me hard. And there was just a deer on this side.
Didn't see anything?
I didn't make it all the way around because that deer was right there.
Oh.
But it got spooky probably because that truck.
Yeah.
But they're not in the road now because that truck just drove by, so they ran off. So,
Just wonder where he came from. I couldn't tell. Other than it was a truck this morning. It was in here after us.
yeah, I don't know if that's the guy on the field
Right.
or if that other guy was between us. He was probably driving around calling. But I'm pretty sure I heard two birds back where we were. Like just now. But I gotta pee. Because if those birds are standing there, he would have stopped or scared them off, one of the two. Alright. We got within 80 of those birds. Didn't expect them to be on the road. Saw them, got down. But then somebody else started calling from across the road. And about 10-15 minutes in, a truck drove by, so we abandoned ship. Sounds like there's 2 birds back where we were set up this morning. We're trying to ease our way back to. I don't know if those guys scared them off, if they saw us. That's on the pen. Literally, the opening's right here. I think we should just get in this opening and sit down. That's not that far with this wind. See if we'll come into this. He's going to town. He's done it 4 times. That's the whole group of them. I don't think we should try to get them to come across this open though. You can go down that edge?
Yeah.
Or this edge?
Go down this edge. We want to be in the shade.
They're right there.
We're right here on this tree.
They should be covered in here. They're literally where we were. Don't kill them right here. You gotta down all those trees. They're still on that grass. Think you can sit in that? I know. Cause we ain't going to that open stuff. So I need to call. Found a couple more birds. Sounds like 3 or 4 of them gobbling. I did a whole cutting sequence and 2 or 3 of them hammered back in the middle of it. I just kept going on them. They haven't gobbled again since the last sequence. Had to be within 100 yards of these birds. It's so windy, you can't hear anything. Well, the first time I called, they gobbled back to it. That's why I kept calling instead of stopping. Because when they gobble, most people stop to listen. So I just kept going to make them think I'm not a human. Because most people stop right then. I just don't know if they can hear it, because that last call I'd like... Did you hear it really loud?
That call?
The last one I did. Like the little putts.
Yeah, but it sounds like it's too deep instead of, barely touching it.
I don't understand why they just stop.
No, they did that.
Unless they saw us.
Yeah, there was one gobble, but it was going away from us.
I mean, they were pretty close, but there's nothing we can...
They were pretty close.
There's nothing we can do back there. You're not gonna shoot them coming through that tall ass grass. So you think they went in the field? There's a cut? Or do you think they went to the road?
I think they went that way.
To the fields. Because that way is where you sat this morning.
Yeah.
But that's where they came from.
Yeah. I think they're all in this shit here. Yeah, because I was waiting for them to pop through them bushes any second, and then they shut up.
That's the only thing I didn't like about the opening like that is they don't have to come out.
Yeah.
If they look out there and they don't see what they're looking for, they don't have to pop out. That's why I didn't want to sit on that big grassy one for sure. I don't know. We're gonna work our way down to that field and cut around back to the truck. We could go to the truck and reposition. Try a different area.
Go to the truck and what?
Go somewhere else. We could go deeper.
I don't know. What's back there?
Woods.
Ponds?
All sorts of shit. Goes all the way to that field somewhere. That's where all the deer are. I go to that field. Alright. We watched both the trucks drive by that were on this road. So we're about to go. Instead of field, I had a camera in. I've had gobblers in here a lot. Pretty windy, so there's gonna be some light calling. Probably put a strutter decoy out. Hopefully that'll bring toms in instead of jakes or hens.
We're certainly blowing up this spot.
Oh, it's wild.
Yeah.
This was the bulk of it when I found it. That stuff's fairly new. Because I found a wadding in it when I first scouted it. But this was the general area I liked because there's like water or something right there where they're not going to come from behind me. So I was kind of thinking like the decoys on the edge of this so they could see them around that point. Because that jake one will spin.
Right.
Pretty sure I'm surrounded by turkey turds. I really hope they don't come from parallel on the road because they're going to run into me. need him to pop out on the field somewhere other than right on top of us. There's been a lot of pressure on this field, so for the most part, we're going to try to let him act natural. But I am going to call a little bit.